3 games left to go in the regular season. The battle for the Tri-County Conference Championship is still very much up for grabs. Make no mistake, a Morenci win tonight gives them the outright title. Whiteford has other plans. A victory here by the Bobcats would give them at least a share of the top spot with just 2 games left to go. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. This broadcast brought to you in high definition by Dave White Chevrolet. The place to go is the corner of Alexis and Monroe. I'm Brett Balbinot alongside Scoop Miller. Scoop, we've got a battle of 2 of the best in the conference here this evening.
Yeah, we're going to have a great matchup on hand tonight. You know, Morenci right now is sitting perfect in the Tri-County Conference, and they want to keep it that way. But Whiteford has aspirations of closing the gap. They currently sit in second place, and they need to play well tonight at home to take service on their home court.
The Bulldogs, led by their outstanding junior point guard, Dalen Marriott, at over 18 points per game.
Yeah, she's had an incredible year. You know, last year she was first team, all-conference. She was all-state. She's just a junior, just 51 points away from 1,000 points. You know, she's been a catalyst for this Bulldog team, and they're going to need her to step up here tonight to keep things going in the right direction for this Bulldog team.
The Bobcats also have an excellent floor general in junior Bailey Baldwin at just over 16 points per game.
Yeah, Bailey Baldwin's had an incredible year as well. I mean, we're going to have a great matchup there at the point guard position. You know, she's one of the top scorers in the conference as well. You know, she can go off at any time on any night. So that's certainly going to be on Morenci's radar tonight to keep her in check, to make her work for everything.
The Bulldogs won just a week ago, 79-54, their highest offensive output of the season. The Bobcats looking for a little payback tonight on their home court. Nothing left to do but tip it off. Don't go anywhere. It's next.
And that is a good-looking scene of Whiteford High School Gymnasium here as we welcome you back, getting set for tip-off as the Whiteford Bobcats at 11-6 overall, 9-3 in the Tri-County Conference, taking on the Bulldogs from Morenci, 14-2 and 12-0. These 2 teams met just a week ago, and Morenci ran away with it. It was only an 8-point game at the end of the third quarter, but the final score 79-54. Scoop, I think we're going to have a closer game tonight.
Yeah, I think that score was kind of misleading, the fact that it got away in that fourth quarter. But Morenci did so many things well on Saturday night. They shot the ball incredibly well. An interesting stat, they took 30 fewer shots from the field than Whiteford, but they're able to hit such a higher percentage, they scored 79 points.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the starters here this evening. First for Morenci, Dalen Marriott. Again, she is the conference's leading scorer, entering tonight at over 18 points per game. Morgan Gillen hit 5 3-pointers in last week's match for 15 points. Maddie Schmidt, the 3rd leading scorer in the conference, followed by McKenna Schaefer and Bailey Dominic in the post. Bailey Baldwin is the conference's 2nd leading scorer, averaging just over 16 points per game. Caitlin Taylor, Lauren Walker, Jessica Blink is being moved in at the forward spot, and Lindsay Walker is the size that Morenci is going to have to deal with this evening. She's a strong center.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting because Whiteford has such a size advantage, but Morenci is such a good rebounding team, even though they're small.
You see it right there, and the tip won by Morenci. They will start off moving from right to left. Marilat will swing it. They immediately go down low, and that's a tough move off the board by Maddie Schmitz, and the Bobcats draw first, the Bulldogs draw first blood.
Big time move by Schmitz inside. She went off for 26 points on Saturday night against Whiteford, and she's off to a great start tonight. She had 12 points in that first quarter on Saturday.
Nice move down low, and this one knocked out of bounds. Trying to get the ball to Lauren Walker. The inbounds, and that time great penetration and good post-up move by Walker, and just like that, we're tied at 2.
Wow, great execution off the out-of-bounds set. They got the look they wanted. Here's a deep 3.
An offensive board. This one partially blocked, I think, by Walker. Rebounded by Walker. Here come the Bobcats, and this is Bailey Baldwin. She is lightning in a hot skillet. As she goes down low, Walker trying to muscle it up. Caitlin Taylor with a strong rebound. They'll back it out and reset. Baldwin. Boy, they are going to face guard her all night. Schmitz right in her jersey. And look at this. Is this a 1-2-2 we're looking at here?
Yes, they are. They're really putting the emphasis out on top. But there's a nice entry pass to the middle. And that's where you want to beat that 1-2-2.
Lauren Walker with a quick decision to shoot. And the Bobcats, if they were embarrassed last week, they make no bones about it. And they want to give a better showing here this evening as we have a whistle sounding here.
Well, you have to like, how aggressive Whiteford has come out. Each time down, they've tried to get inside. They've attacked the paint off the dribble with the pass. And they certainly, as you mentioned, Brent, they want to sort of right the ship from a short turnaround just Saturday night 5 days ago.
Bailey Dominic averaging 10 rebounds per game. She had 16 in the last meeting between these two teams. You got a good look at the Morenci senior there. Second place in the 100-meter dash at the state tournament track meet last year as she sends a high arcer through. So she hits 1 of 2.
Yeah, she's another great athlete out of many on this Morenci Bulldog team.
Scrum for the ball, top of the key. It's physical early.
Well, that was great defense there by Daylin Marilat. She just sort of dropped in once the ball got to the high post. Her literally comes in, gets a hand on it, and forces a turnover. We're going to have a quick 30-second timeout here.
We will keep it here with just 30 seconds as you take a look at the coaching up here in the Whiteford huddle. And Morenci right there, you see the legendary Larry Bruce. He won 4 conference titles back in the 80s as the boys varsity coach. He was asked to come out of retirement and take over the girls a few years ago, and he said yes.
Well, you just have to love the passion he's had for the game. He was with the boys program in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I know he's helped out at Delta High School in Ohio. There's a great out-of-bounds play again. As you see, the big girl put it back in. And that's 2 quick buckets for Lindsey Walker off out-of-bounds sets.
Well, they knew they had the size advantage. Quick hands by Baldwin, and she almost comes away with the steal. Kicking it into a second gear. Schmitz with the nice kick out. Up top, quick 3, and the iron unkind for Marilat. Battle for the ball, and look at this. Whiteford is asking for no quarter, and they are giving none. Jessica Link from her rear end, and I think Whiteford is making a statement early here, Scoop. You're not going to intimidate us.
Well, you have to love the hustle. You have to love the effort. They're getting on the floor. They're doing all the little things, and they've come to play very aggressively, as we've seen.
As that half-court trap pays dividends with the steal, McKenna Schaefer dishes off. Count it, and we've got one coming.
Wow, what a fast break off the turnover. What a feed by Daylin Marilat. She's their lead scorer, but obviously she sees the floor very well, very unselfish, and Schmitz does a great job of finishing the break and had the chance to tie this thing up with the N1.
Schmitz is not a great free throw shooter at just 35%, but she completes the three-point play here.
I've never known a lefty not to be automatic at the line. But, she knocks that one down there to knot things up here in the early going.
Baldwin dribbles into the corner. She's double-teamed. Finding a pass to Walker in the low blocks. Off the mark. Walker follows her shot. Falling backwards. Didn't really get her shoulders square to the basket there. And here comes Schmitz. Nobody's picked up the ball as she finally dishes off. Stepping into a long 3. And off the mark by Marilat. And look at Baldwin putting on a dribbling display here, although she's stripped out near half court. And Whiteford will slow things down a bit here and run some half-court offense.
Well, we're seeing great hustle by both teams. I would expect we're going to see that throughout the duration of this game. There's a great steal.
Schmitz with quick hands and a quick outlet. Here comes Marilat driving to the basket. A little bit of contact. They'll play on. Link, look at her swinging those arms. Man, she is on a mission here this evening.
Wow, very strong rebound. As we saw from Jessica Link, I mean, she was determined. Once she got her hands on it, nobody was taking that away. And you can see the effort being applied by Schmitz.
And she's going to stare down Schmitz a little bit. And we've got an alley cat here in Jessica Link. And it looks like she will take a breather on the Whiteford bench. Baldwin, dribble penetration. That's almost money. You let her get into the paint from within 15, and that's going to go down.
Yeah, there's a reason she's been a first team All-Leaguer a couple years.
Spotting up a quick three at the other end by Gillen. Remember, she nailed 5 3-pointers a week ago. Averages under double digits, and we've got a whistle down low.
Well, that's the one thing Whiteford has to do a better job of tonight is securing rebounds, keeping Morenci off the offensive glass. That's something Morenci hurt them with on Saturday night. And you can see right there, Daylin Merlot gets to the line. And again, you know, she's just been an incredible scorer for these guys throughout her career. She's just a junior. And she's within 50 points of 1,000 for her young career.
Looks like she's got ice water in her veins as we've got a 2-2-1, it looks like now, being employed. And Baldwin will try and bust it as she drains the long-range jumper from the left wing.
Wow, great ball movement, great recognition as Morenci switched things up, and the Bobcats forced a turnover from their defense. You know, I think that's the one thing I think Whiteford wanted to try to do tonight. Coach Manley try to force the issue a little bit, turn up the defensive pressure, and force some turnovers. It pays off right there.
You get a good look at Coach. All business right now as it looks like they're coming out in a 1-2-2 3-quarter court press. They go over the top of it. Nice 360 spin move by Walker. Can't find the range. Follows up her own shot, and she'll get 2 at the line.
Wow, excellent job by Lauren Walker. Put the ball on the floor, made a strong drive, then has the presence, gets her own rebound, takes it up strong. She drew the contact. Cannot connect on the first freebie.
Lauren Walker averaging about 8 points per ball game. Tries to adjust here. Goes begging off the right side. And Schmidt skies to pull it down. She's stripped. And here goes Baldwin. That's as easy a basket as she'll have all night.
Wow, obviously her defense is part of her offense. And that's a big play. We got another turnover.
Full court pressure by the Bobcats, and it's paid off in back-to-back turnovers here, Scoop.
Yeah, Baldwin was able to get a deflection, and it ran off a Morenci player. And they've been scoring points off their defense.
Walker camping out underneath, misses again. Still a battle for the ball. It is physical here this evening in Whiteford.
Wow, we've had that at both ends all night, where each team is contesting shots. They're going after rebounds very aggressively. And you just have to love it. Watching these two teams compete, they're leaving it all on the floor here thus far.
That was Maddie Epperly that sprinted back after forcing the jump ball. As they go over the top of the press, and Epperly will be guilty of her first foul.
There's another great feed from Merlot. He's able to get the cross-court pass against the three-quarter court trap. Good ball movement results in a chance of cutting this lead from the foul line.
Dominic 1 for 2 tonight. This is a high archer, and that barely catches iron. That thing brings dew down with it when it finally comes down. She has got a high arching shot.
Well, it's amazing for a team that's 14-2. They come in tonight shooting 46.6% as a team from the foul line.
That, no rim. So she's 2 for 4 this evening. And it pulls the Bobcats to within 13-9. Trying to trap at half court. Walker drives, lots of contact, and they are letting them play this evening. Schmitz beats a path up the near side, draws the double team. Dominic wants to get rid of it, and look at Bailey Baldwin extending the defense well beyond the top of the key.
Yeah, they're doing an excellent job. What they're doing, they're keeping Morenci from running their offense. So their pressure is really forcing their guards out higher than they want to run an offense. And when they're not getting a hand on the pass, they're getting good ball pressure on it.
Paige Thomas checking in as a long three from the right wing is off the mark. Offensive board. Will the third time be a charm? It's loose and swatted away.
Great block by Lindsey Walker inside.
Carolyn Davis, who's a JV player, is checked in, and here comes Bailey Baldwin. And heads-up play. She got herself in trouble by dribbling into the corner, but then throws it out of bounds off the defense. And look at that face. She is locked in right now.
Yeah, that was a smart play. Morenci did a great job in transition defense. reroute her to the corner. When she picked the dribble up, she met an instant double team, but she didn't panic. Tossed it off the leg, and we'll get the ball back. Chance to reset.
Lob pass into the high blocks. Walker back out. Baldwin off the mark. Strong rebound by Eiperle, and give her the garbage putback.
Wow, what a rebound by Eiperle on the backside. She just went up there with determination, pulled it down strong, put it right back up on the glass.
Marilot, who has been clamped down on in the early going here, trying to get some offense going.
Look at that relentless defense swarming to the ball.
Oh! Walker with a great save, and Baldwin goes down, and she is not getting up.
That might have been a frustration foul there out of Morenci.
And the foul will go against Dominic. It's her second, but right now, Bailey Baldwin is lying flat on her stomach. We'll take a quick timeout as they tend to the star point guard for Whiteford. We got a good one here. Don't go anywhere. The scene at Whiteford, a good one for the Bobcats, as standout point guard Bailey Baldwin walked off the court under her own power, but they have subbed in for it. Now as we speak, she is back into the ball game. Both teams turning it over on back-to-back possessions, so no change in our score since we left you last. With about 90 seconds left to go in the first quarter here, and there's the steal, coast to coast. Schmidt stripped from behind, great recovery by Baldwin.
Wow, what a hustle play by Baldwin. This would look like Schmitz was ahead of the pack. She comes out of nowhere, is able to get a deflection.
We'll take a look at it. This, by all rights, should have been a breakaway layup, and that is just quickness on quickness.
Yes, it was. I'm sure Maddie Schmitz had not had too many people track her down from behind this year. But Baldwin did just that.
McKenna Schaefer is checked in for Morenci. And a rare open look for a quick three. And it's just a little long by Lane Spradlin, who's checked in. Battle for the board. And another quick three as they kick it out. And this one is good. Second time's a charm for Spradlin.
A nice job by Morenci. You just don't want to give them those second chances. It's one of the few times they've got open look against that 1-2-2 defense from Whiteford.
Walker gets it to Baldwin. Just over a minute left to go here in the first quarter. Play being signaled. Low blocks. Eiperle. Boy, she is strong, but she was falling it down. Walker, though, crashes from the weak side. She will earn a trip to the free throw line.
Well, I really like what Coach Manley has this Bobcat team doing. Every time down, they're trying to isolate one of their bigs on the inside. And then you're seeing backside rebound. They're crashing hard in that backside. They've had a ton of second chances here, offensive putbacks in quarter number one. That's a big reason they're up 5 right now.
Walker rattles home her first. The second one is off the mark, out of bounds, off of the Bobcats. 5-point lead with 54 and 8/10 seconds left to go. All right, and here comes the press again by the Bobcats. Bulldogs go over the top of it. I was about to ask if you take the air out of the ball, but they were working for a quick shot, and a great recovery by Walker to get back and step in front of the post.
Great job by Lindsey Walker. That's just what you want your 5-man doing there in the backside of the press.
Walker thinks she's a point center. She goes in hard. Eiperle cleans up, and right now it's pretty clear Morenci doesn't have an answer for the size that Whiteford's got on the court right now.
What a spark Eiperle's been off the bench here. She's crashing hard at both ends.
This shot goes big and off the mark. We have a whistle down low. A 7-point Whiteford lead. And who's this going against?
Looks like they're going to get one of the Morenci Bulldogs over the back on the rebound.
It will be Spradlin, her first, team foul number 5. Well, I would normally ask with 18 seconds left, do you work for the final shot of the quarter? But Scoop, with the way these two teams are playing, I'm not sure we can guarantee that.
No, they're going to attack the basket. You know that. They're going to try to get something inside.
They do to Walker. She drives hard, goes up with the left hand and banks it in.
Beautiful move, beautiful entry pass, and what a first quarter for the Whiteford Bobcats.
They got blown out at Morenci a week ago, 79-54, but Coach Les Manley's squad has made a statement at the end of the first quarter here. Don't count us out. They're up by 9. Welcome back to Whiteford High School Gymnasium. An intense first 8 minutes in a battle for the Tri-County Conference Championship, and coming right out of the break. First play, they run the ISO to the far corner. A long three is up, and that is good off the fingertips of McKenna Schaefer.
Great start there, and they force a quick turnover.
Walker travels. Well, they have elected to go slightly. Nope, check that. Both Walkers are in here. Both Lauren and Lindsay. Hyperly did come out, but they still have plenty of size on the floor right now for Whiteford. And that press, even though they broke it, sped Morenci up just a bit, and the Bulldogs turn it over.
Yeah, that's something we talked about at the break, how they need to make an adjustment on that press. That time they did a nice job reversing the ball, got up the sidelines, but they just couldn't finish at the other end. That's another turnover.
Caitlin Taylor to Walker in the paint. That one tantalizingly hangs on the rim and then finally falls through the cylinder.
Right now, Morenci's had no answer for that inside game of the Bobcats. They continually get the ball in the middle, down low in the paint, and we've seen how strong they go to the glass.
Marilat with just 1 point. Check that, 2 points. She nailed 2 free throws. Conference's leading scorer, and this one well off the mark by Maddie Schmitz. Whiteford will try to add to their lead here as Baldwin into the paint. She'll go ahead and force one up, and they bail her out with a foul. She dribbled till she met contact there, Scoop, but I'm not sure she had a plan when she hit the contact, but they fouled her.
Well, you're exactly right. You can see right here, she really had nowhere to go, but they bailed her out with the arm swing. And you don't want to do that with a capable scorer like Baldwin. She's been to the line over 80 times this year, so she's very comfortable there. And she knows how to finish.
63% free throw shooter. Little thing. Whoops, that doesn't catch any iron. And she's angry at herself. You can see that scowl as she turned around. That's a rarity, folks. 23-14.
Here's that 2-2-1 once again, slowing Morenci down. They take the quick three.
Probably not what Coach Bruce wanted there, as Morgan Gillen. And Coach Bruce wants a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. I don't know if we have a replay of that last shot with the sped up shot by Gillen, but it looked like she stepped right to left. And Scoop, most coaches will tell you, unless you're a lefty, that almost always is going to take your rhythm and your timing off.
Yeah, her footwork wasn't where it needed to be. As you'll see right here, she sort of catches an awkward spot. She had her left foot forward. And probably more importantly, I think what Coach Larry Bruce wants to talk about, they really did not have much rebounding at that end. And so that's one of those shots, if you don't hit it, you're not going to get that rebound. And right now, Whiteford, with their aggressiveness, with their style of play, I think they've kind of thrown that first punch to Morenci. They maybe caught them off guard. Let's see what kind of adjustments Morenci can make.
Nice job by our crew, by the way. Johnny on the spot to get that replay. Baldwin, tough move, the scoop, and she can't quite get it. But again, she is being very aggressive off the dribble drive. She'll head to the line. I believe this will be Schmitz, and that will be her second. So the fouls are mounting up here for Morenci. That's team foul number 7 as Baldwin drains her first free throw attempt.
Yeah, you have to love how Baldwin recognized she had a one-on-one, and then the help got there a little bit late. She was able to slice and dice her way around all the way to the rack.
Second is up and good for the 5'5" keg of dynamite known as Bailey Baldwin. She's got 10 points so far here in the first half, and the largest lead of the game for either team. As falling down, Marilat looks back, and they have just frustrated her all night long. The conference's leading scorer really hasn't had any touches, much less any shots.
Yeah, they seem really confused. You know, this is the first time Whiteford's really employed this 2-2-1 press all season, but it really has Morenci out of whack.
Open look, and Katie Lipp thought about launching the three. Instead, they go down low, and a nice board underneath by Schmitz. And here goes Marilat behind the back. A little bit of contact, she'll back it out. Far corner. Shooter's got to shoot, and this one again off the mark by Gillen, and we've got a whistle as contact out in the open court.
Well, we had a great check out there by Bailey Baldwin, and she's able to secure that rebound, gets the reach from behind, and she'll go right back to the foul line where she just knocked down a couple.
That's a tough call either way when they've got a 50-50 ball like that, but a little home cooking maybe for the Bobcats.
Well, you know, that's one of those fouls, Coach Larry Bruce, you'll live with because your kids are going for the basketball. It was a loose ball, one of those 50-50 balls that you mentioned. She just didn't quite have the position. And Baldwin's able to cash in at the line once again. They're enjoying their biggest lead of the evening.
She is 4 for 5 from the line. This one on the way. She is 5 for 6 from the line. And that allows them to come out in this press scoop. Jessica Link back in the court. Gillen maybe a little gun shy after missing her first three. Ball deflected. Marilat drives in. A high arcer. Halfway down, it kicks out. Battle for it down low, and look who's back in as well. Iperly just owning the glass. She threw it away, and a missed bunny. Boy, this is physical. Link will send Marilat to the floor, and Marilat has taken a beating so far in the early going.
Wow, there's nothing for free out there at either end of the floor as both these teams just contesting everything.
Oh.
And another hustle play results in another body hitting the floor.
They have clearly taken the conference's leading scorer out of her game tonight. Gillen, who drained 5 3-pointers last week in the meeting. It's this one in the far corner. They've got other long-range bombers as this one, Schaefer with her second from beyond the arc.
Wow, big shot by McKenna Schaefer, just what they needed. She's probably more known for her defensive exploits. That was a huge three.
Walker with a nice turnaround jumper, too hard off the glass, and nothing is free. Is that what you said about 10 seconds ago?
And I think it's going to stay that way the whole ball game from what I've seen from the opening tip on. Is, you know, these teams, you just have to love the intensity out here. There's a lot of determination, and all those young ladies out there, they're playing extremely hard.
Link on Marilat here. She'll go over the top of the double team at half court. Dribble penetration by Davis. They'll kick it back out, and here's your hot hand. McKenna Schaefer with her third from beyond the arc, and she has almost single-handedly gotten them back into this ball game.
Oh, she's been huge when they've really put the clamps on Marilat and Schmitz. She's answered big.
Iperly, nice move down low, and that's just too tough.
Yeah, great entry pass once again. Morenci just letting the Bobcats get the ball too deep, and they're not going to be able to match up physically that close to the bucket.
Davis dropped the ball down low. Walker, the big post, comes out, ties up the guard, jump ball, and the arrow points the Bobcats' way. We're barely halfway through the second quarter. I don't know about you, but I need a breather, buddy.
I'll tell you what, that won't be the last jump ball we see tonight either, because these teams are going after every loose ball, after every rebound, short or long, and it's just going to continue. You can see the intensity, not just from the players, but from the coaches. They're certainly into this game. Both these teams want this.
Link catches a breather on the bench. Durden will check in. Iperly with another board, and she's got 8 points on the evening.
Wow, what a luxury to bring somebody like Iperly off the bench. You know, what a spark she's been, and she's just a load inside.
Marilat just put her head down on that drive and was not to be denied, and she will go to the free throw line.
Well, I really like what Morenci's done here in the last few minutes with their press. Early on, they had their top 2 players, Marilat and Schmitz, bringing the ball up against that 2-2-1. When they tossed it over, they had their best 2 scorers in the backcourt. And now they put Marilat up ahead. So now, when you advance the ball, you have to deal with Merlot. And I think that's really what has opened up McKenna Schaefer on those 3 balls. The fact they have to contend with one of the top scorers down there.
Merlot, a 63% free throw shooter, drains both. It's 31-22. This is a 30-second timeout, according to the official, so we will keep it here. All 4 points for Dalen Merlot have been at the free throw line. She averages almost 19 per game. Scoop, you see Coach Bruce right there. He's laying down the law with his team. Do you challenge her to be more aggressive, or, much like you said, can she set up some of her other teammates knowing she's drawing extra white jerseys?
Well, I think that's where it has to start. You know, they want the ball in their hands, obviously, but when they're sending that second, sometimes even third defender at her, you know, she's got to be able to share the basketball, which she will. But right now, they've just had so many hands defense. They've getting deflections. They have not been able to get the ball deep into the paint. And, again, I think you have to credit Whiteford for that.
Whiteford trying to set up their half-court offense here. Iperly banging away with Schaefer. Schaefer is giving up a ton, and they're going to take the air out of the ball. They're going to try to pull them out of this 1-2-2 zone. Interesting. They feel comfortable enough with a 9-point lead here, and they finally come out and oblige her. Dribble penetration. Walker couldn't quite keep control of the ball. I think she thought Iperly was going to come across and post up. That almost looked like she was anticipating a pass there, scooping at the last second, realized she didn't have a teammate in the paint.
Yeah, and again, nice job by that Morenci defense. They were patient enough.
Gillen is not. She takes another quick 3. Here comes Baldwin, coast to coast, switches from one hand to the other. Offensive board. Taylor will draw the foul.
Yeah, nice backside rebound by Caitlin Taylor. But again, I love what Baldwin's able to do. She got penetration to the rack. Morenci's help was there too late. And then nobody there on the backside for the rebound. So you have to stop Bailey Baldwin much higher off the dribble. You have to reroute her outside the three-point line. Because once she gets in the middle there, she's just too dangerous.
Caitlin Taylor good on her first free throw. That foul will go against Allie Kaiser, her first, but the 9th team foul. This one off the heel of the iron, and that's what you call shooter's touch.
Yes, it was. She had great backspin on that, great rotation. She's able to knock them both down.
Gillen, boy, she's just going to keep shooting as this one's off the heel of the iron, and a tight rebound by Iperly. She's fouled coming over the back, and I think that is going to go against Brady Osborne. Let's take a peek.
Yeah, Osborne just being a little bit too aggressive that time. There's no way you're going to take that rebound away from Iperly. She had great position. She's boxing very well. She's going up strong.
She's got 8 points, and she has 2 free throws coming, as that was the 10th team foul for the Bulldogs. Iperly hits the front of the iron, the backboard, but it falls through.
Yeah, Morenci's going to have to make some adjustments here. You just cannot allow these guys to get in a double bonus this early in the half. They've shot a ton of free throws this whole first half.
Boy, another low-line drive as Merlot hits the deck.